Hey, welcome back to Bitch Past That. I know it's been a little minute, but I'm back. I'm gonna try to be a little more consistent. But I've been a little busy. I've been traveling and working. I recently traveled to Orlando. I went down to Universal Studios. It was pretty lit. I really enjoyed it. And when I was down there, of course, I needed some tree. So while I was down there, I went to Snapchat and try to find somebody that was local who, had some tree. So I found this guy who was in Orlando and he said he had tree. He seemed official, plug man. So I had messaged him and kind of let him know I was in Orlando and that I was looking for some edibles. I wanted to take some edibles because they're kind of easier to take. There's less smell, especially when you stay in a hotel. So long story short, he said the edibles was gonna cost $100. So I sent it to him via Apple Cash and he took my money. I did have a little feeling that he was gonna take my money. So I don't, I'm not super mad because I kind of knew. I knew I was about to get got. So long story short, the next day I was walking from the pool and I smelled some tree. As weed smokers, you can smell it when it's in the air, So I'm sniffing and I smell it. So I'm like, I see some people up there smoking. So I'm like, hey, slow down. And they're like, hey, we're from New York or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. Do you guys know where the tree is? So they're like, yeah, we know. Go ahead. We about to walk over to this little shade thing because it's ready to start raining. It was drizzling. So we walked over there. We smoked a little bit while we was walking over there. I probably shouldn't have did that because of COVID, but I tried it. So we get over there and they sell me an 8 for $25, which was lit. And the weed was actually good. Come to find out, they was from New York. So the weed wasn't from Orlando. It was from New York, but it was really good weed. After that, like about a week ago, I traveled to Seattle, Washington. And as everybody knows, they are legal for recreational purposes for weed. So I was so happy about that. And come to find out, when I got to the Uncle Ike's dispensary, which I found on Google, they were really cheap. And when I got there, I was able to get a pre-roll for $2. Now, it wasn't just a regular pre-roll. The pre-roll was like 29% THCA. So it was good. And I also got the RSO, which I love because it's like an edible, but it's stronger. Like I have a really high tolerance for edibles. So I just, I need something stronger. Like regular street edibles don't work. So like the Rick Sampson oil. So I get some of that, and the Rick Sampson oil was like $15. So I did really, really good. I got about 4 J's to last me about 3 days. Because I don't like smoking a lot when I'm in a hotel because, technically they can fine you, and I just really don't want to get fined. So I'll smoke like once a day. So I got like 3 or 4 J's, and the weed was really good. The weed was really good, especially for $2 a J. Like, that's crazy how the flip would be. And of course, the Rick Sampson oil is guaranteed to work, so that worked. So the trip was really nice. We went to the Seattle Needle, and the floor is a glass, and it like spins, it rotates. And I was so fucking high off the Rick Sampson oil. The shit was moving. I was just like, whoa, the shit was lit. It was real lit. So that was cute. And, I would definitely go back to Seattle. And I'm definitely going back to Orlando Studios because it was lit. And I didn't try out all the parks. So I did want to take a few moments just to get into some hot topics because, I mean, shit has been crazy this past couple of weeks. I mean, it's been tea on tea on tea. Grab your sunglasses because it's going to be shady. Literally, this past week has been on Jerry Springer on Instagram. So, as of this Sunday, it's been announced that Portia Williams from the Real Housewives of Atlanta has started dating Fallon's husband. Now, Fallon was introduced to the show by Portia. Catch this tea. So, basically, all of a sudden on Sunday, there's all this information about Portia and how she's dating him and she's pregnant and they're engaged after just a month of knowing each other. And the shade is Portia and Fallon, yeah, Portia can say they were friendly. At the end of the day, they took a picture with the three of them. And the caption was crazy, sexy. Hairstylist basically went in on Tiny. She didn't go in, I guess. If you look at it, she went in and she tried it because she did kind of admit, you know, what Tiny, you know, did in the whole situation. But at the end of the day, you know, Shakana's given Tiny was there when she made the comments, and Tiny shouldn't be mad because she was there. And I don't blame Tiny for not responding because what was she gonna say? Yeah, Shakana's right, and that's my boo. I mean, that would admit, you know, that she had a part in it, and you know, there's definitely legal action that will be taken, unfortunately. You know, fortunately for, you know, the victims, but unfortunately, because I used to get into that family, they were like the new age Huxtables, you know. So that's sad. But on the better news, they had the Escape versus SWV battle on Versus. Versus has definitely been giving it to us. And I got mad. Coco was throwing her, you know, usual shade. I got into the braids. And Lily was cute and cool as she always is. I live for her personality. And the other one in the middle, Taj. I always forget her name. Taj was cute. You know, she's married to that football player, so she has money. And she looked like money. She gave rich bitch vibes. And I lived. And I think Escape, you kind of knew they looked defeated. Like Candy gave boss because Candy does have other ventures going, and Candy really didn't need that check at all. I'm rapping, the J went out. And Tiny was giving low self-esteem. Like she just wasn't confident. Like I don't know if it's because of what's going on with everything with the family, you know, I don't know, but it just wasn't giving. And one of the girls, I felt like she was doing too much, you know. So I don't know. I got into SWV. They won for me. And following the battle, we had Lil Duval who said that they should do Up Next for Versus, a Lil Boosie video mixed with Plies. Not a video, but Lil Boosie versus Plies. Okay, the weed is kicking in. It's some good. It's called Sour Bobby. I got it from the dispensary. It's like 29% THC. What? Yes. So, Plies versus Boosie will be lit. Especially with Lil Duval hosting because he's funny as shit. So, I don't think they ever really had a host. So, that would be new. I'm interested. Definitely interested. The weed got in my mouth a little bit. And yeah, finally, I just wanted to talk about the cicadas that is about to come. For all my bitches that are scared of bugs like me, they're coming back after 17 years. They are about this big. And from what I remember when I was really little, they used to fly and they were blind. So they would just land any and everywhere they could be. And it was terrifying. So I'm not about to go out, you know, too much, especially on the East Coast in my hometown, DMV. I'm about to stay in the house and keep it cute and smoke and, you know, be creative inside just like I did during quarantine. So that's all I got. And I hope you go ahead and subscribe below, like this video, share this video. And once again, thank you to all who've been tuned into my channel. I hope you guys go ahead and subscribe, because the more subscribers, the more content I will put out. So see you next time.